want to ask you a very, like you said to me in another class, a very controversial question, a very difficult question that everyone likes to know about the relationship in your country, the traditions about the relationship. Uh, your tradition, I know that is different tradition, of course, the people that lives, the native people that lives in the countryside and the people that lives in the city, the modern people. I want to know about the two kinds of people and their traditions. When you want to get married, to have a wife in your home, what do you do in the modern people and the native people? What do you do to get a girl to what is the tradition to ask their parents and everything? What you can teach us about this culture in Cameroon?
Okay, so it's a very broad topic. So first, I would like to inform you and the people that in Cameroon we have three different types of marriages, or yeah, types. For example, the first we call it a Christian marriage or wedding, something like that. So this you do in a church. And then we have the court, where you have to go meet the law enforcement officers, maybe a DO. And then we have the traditional wedding. Now, the traditional wedding is being done in the villages or the countryside. So, depending on where you grew up, say, for example, if you grew up in the city, you meet maybe a very beautiful girl and everything goes well for you and you wish to get married. Normally, you approach the parents, make your intentions clear. So from this stage, you get to choose. You can do all three, or you can do just one or two. So it depends on you. Yeah. So you get married three times. You have a wedding ceremony three times in my country. So, well, in a village, in a traditional wedding, there are a bunch of requirements or things or a list that is being given to you.
Yeah.
So you have to buy, yeah, things like maybe a cow. You have to buy things like yam. A yam is another kind of food that we get from the ground. It's very traditional. It's always very important. It's always there. So they give you a long list of things that you have to present to get the girl's hand in marriage. Yeah, for the Christian wedding, okay, you have to go meet a priest and then you discuss about it after meeting her parents, of course, and then you get a date that you get married in church. So, and likewise for the court wedding, you get to meet a legal officer. We discuss about it, you choose the date, and then you get married.
Yeah, and in the village, you have the custom of pay the parents a value and give gifts to the parents and to the bride.
Yeah, in the past it was very funny because people usually use these animals. I don't know if you know about them. It's a goat. It's an animal in my country. So it usually was used as an exchange for the girl's hand. So, but nowadays with money, you get fined in some villages. You pay up to I think 1 million francs, which is in dollars, $2,000. Yeah,
Oh,
more or less.
right. That's interesting because I was speaking with Mozambique, and they have the tradition of pay to the parents amount of money, and after that they need to give a list of gifts and some like rice, clothes, and a lot of things, a list of things they need to give to the parents, and they need to give more things to the bride to get be able to have a wife, to get that girl with them. It's like you are literally buy your wife from the parents.
Some people actually call it that, yeah, because you give a huge sum of money. So, in some extent, we say you buy your wife, she becomes your property. So, that's out of fun. So, because you get to give this amount of money to her parents. Yeah, so once as it's been done, you can go on to do the traditional stuff, and then you get to get married.
Oh
And
yes.
also, a very vital or important component is the palm wine. It's a kind of wine that you get, it's a natural wine you get from a tree, particular tree, a palm tree. Yeah, so it's always very important in this traditional ceremony.
All right, we are heading to the end of this conversation. It's a very good conversation, very short. We, of course, we desire to have a long conversation, but I think the audience will have a lot, very good patience to listen everything. But we want to end this conversation asking you your opinion about Brazil and how do you think uh, uh, how do you compare our culture with Cameroonian culture? The difficult word, Cameroonian culture. What do you think about we Brazilian? What you are feeling when you listen? Oh, Brazil! I want to visit and I like. Or what do you think about Brazil?
Well, I've never been to Brazil. I have to mention that, but I've met some very interesting people online like you, like yourself. So I can
Thank you.
say that, yeah, Brazilians, I think they are, for, let's say, compared to Cameroonians, very jovial people, always very entertaining, open-minded. Yeah, it is something I think we share in common. Also, the way they get to talk to other people in a very polite manner, always having a very beautiful smile on their faces, like you have now. I think that's what I can relate so far with Cameroonians.
Yes, there are something in Brazilians or our costumes or traditions that you think, oh, that's very weird.
Yes, I think you have the carnival,
Oh
the dance.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think the same. I'm Brazilian, mind I think it's very weird.
But of course, it's tradition, so I can't say it's very bad, or I can't try to bring out the negative side out of this,
All
because
right.
we also have some traditions which are not openly accepted by almost everyone.
All right. And I want to end this conversation. I want to say to our audience, if you want to have classes with Norbert, I will leave the profile link in the description and you will have very good conversation. He is a very charismatic person and a very good teacher. And I want to thank you, Norbert, for your time, for your good way to chat, to have this moment with me. And I think we will have a lot of classes, and you help me with my bad English. But I can survive if you leave me in some country that speaks English. I think I can survive. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I want to leave my Portuguese considerations here and to thank you and thank you the people that are watching now. Thank you very much for your audience. E para vocês que estão escutando em português aí com as legendas, muito obrigado pela presença de vocês. E esse foi mais um programa de Conexão Brasil-África. Muito obrigado a vocês.